Yes, Michael, we're here. We just arrived here right before 11 o'clock. Right now, we don't have any confirmed information as to what happened, but as you can see behind me, I'm going to step away from the cameras. You can see behind me, fire crews are still fighting the fire as we speak right now. This has been going on for several hours.
Dominique, what did you learn?
Well, Jeff and Kaylee, I learned that 50% of the cost will go towards revitalizing this park right here. And after talking to many residents, they say this is a much needed improvement here in central Toledo. As you can see behind me, the scene is very, very active, and it appears that there was at least one person that was shot.
Now, Dom, what have you found out?
Yes, Melissa, what I found out so far that 2 people have been shot, and what we know right now is one female was taken into custody. This event drew over 40,000 people, and many people I talked to today tell me the cause is bigger than anything. The village of Fayette is in mourning tonight after 2 people died in a house fire right behind me on Fayette Street. Yes, Melissa, right behind me, this is where work has been done by a dozen crews today, working on putting up the stage, getting prepared for the upcoming shows in July. And according to Hunter Brooks with HB Concerts Inc., he says they're right on track with getting things done. Hey, Michael, I'm here at a milkshake stand, the famous milkshake stand here in Wood County. I'm going to take a try of the milkshake myself, actually. We have one right here. I'm going to see if I like it or not here. I have to say it's great. And I'm joined by Amy Michaels, the 4-H educator here at the milkshake stand. Amy Michaels, just tell me a little bit about what makes this milkshake stand so special. That's right, Dan, right behind me. This is where there's one-of-a-kind Mommy play area is here in the Glass City Metro Park. This is a one-of-a-kind thing for kids and families. As you can see, lots of kids and families have been out here. It opened up at 11 o'clock. Yes, we're live here out the scene. Right now, things are still pretty active. As you can see behind me, crews are still working to assess exactly what happened. Right behind me is where crews are hard at work on the Glass City Riverwalk project, a project that is expected to be completed in the next 2 years. I spoke to some of the construction planners about what to expect and what they're looking forward to. And it's important to note that if you do hold your cell phone while you're driving and you get pulled over, that is considered a violation in the state of Ohio.
Dominique O'Neill joins us now in studio with the latest on what we know. Dominique.
Jeff, we are still waiting for official confirmation, but I was told by a member of the family that 4 people, 2 adults, 2 children were in the house at the time of the explosion. The brother of the woman hurt says his sister's husband and daughter were killed. His nephew was also hurt, but we have no word on the extent of their injuries. 5 different departments responded to the scene on County Road K and County Road 12. Now the work begins to figure out just what happened.
I'm coordinating with the State Fire Marshal, the State Fire Marshal's office, and their insurance company for the property to have a joint investigation on what took place here.
And again, this house explosion is still under investigation.
Dominique O'Neill joining us live now, so get it all cleared up for us. How's the neighborhood reacting, Dominique?
Well, Jeff, after taking a walk along Broadway here, people tell me there's been a major inconvenience to drive through this area for quite some time. But now that it's back open, people tell me they're thankful. Justice Allison is a neighbor who lives close to Broadway and drives it frequently and says for months the construction on Broadway has been a hassle.
It was hectic. It was hectic. I had to go all the way around, drive all the way around instead of coming through here. But, I mean, it's open now, so.
But now Broadway is open to 2-way traffic. However, there will be rolling closures as crews finish the remaining work. Allison says despite the process causing an inconvenience, she is thankful for the city's efforts.
I mean, the city worked hard, so, I mean, they got it done, so that's all that matters to me. I mean, it's done. We get to drive out freely, no traffic jams. We good.
It was pretty rough, but right now it's opened up and it's beautiful. The city's done a great job.
Another driver told me it's a major relief to have it back open, and this could be a welcoming sight to both local businesses and people driving this way.
Oh, it's great. I look and see the driveway is open. You can come in 2 or 3 different ways, you know, so that's going to bring more customers.
And for others, like Melissa Dembski, she says the construction on Broadway has created a mess and caused some challenges.
I come here a lot because it's easier to get the food, and I like shopping local to support the businesses. And it was a mess because it was hard for me because I walk a lot, so walking through with the holes in the ground and trying to get back and forth was a hassle.
It's so easy because you had to come around and try to, it was like a maze to try to get in here and get out of. So, yes, it's very nice that it's all open. Looks really nice.
Dominique O'Neill spent the day talking with some viewers in Sylvania tonight. Dom, what did they tell you?
Well, Kaylee, the fans I talked to were split on who they wanted to win the big game, but many say the musical performance at halftime is something that really caught their attention.
Go, Kansas City Refs!
Whether it was for the actual game,
Fly high, Eagles.
And go Eagles. I don't really care who wins the game.
the ads,
I always like the commercials, you know, and I'm kind of old school.
or the halftime show.
And I'm excited about the halftime show because of Kendrick Lamar, so I'm definitely a total girl. Halftime show and the commercials.
Yeah, I'm looking for the halftime show. I'd like to see a good entertainment and this and that. I appreciate everything that they do.
Dozens of people flocked to Frickers in Sylvania to watch the big game, a tradition some have kept throughout the years, no matter who is on the big stage.
It's an annual tradition for our family to spend time watching the Super Bowl together, and had to make it happen, so there's no better place than this to do it this year.
And for many, it's not about who they're watching, but who they're watching it with.
We're here for family, and we definitely are very excited to also be celebrating for the Super Bowl with family. That's actually kind of one of the biggest reasons as well here. It's very important to us. And go Eagles!
And the general manager of Frickers in Sylvania says overall they had a good turnout this year. Reporting in studio, Dominique Demo, WTO 11. And tonight, it's a family looking for answers.
Well, my son Travis was a great father, great son.
A father who loved going to the beach, fishing, and teaching his kids.
You know, they took a life, you know, and that man was loved by many.
That's Claudia Kemp describing her son Travis Glenn. It was October 2022 when Glenn and his girlfriend Alexis were playing with their kids, and bullets came through their front window of their home on Upton Avenue. Those bullets hit both Alexis and Glenn. The kids were unharmed. WTOL talked with Quillen not too long after that.
Felt something hit my face, and I grabbed my kids and told them to get to the ground. We was right by Travis's feet. My daughter was wrapped up in his arms when it happened, and we dropped to the ground, and I looked up, and I seen that he was hit.
And that day is one that Claudia Kemp says she'll never forget.
It's been hard. It's been really hard without him.
WTOL 11 reached out to TPD. They said the investigation is ongoing. They declined to do an interview as there are no updates or information to provide in regards to this case.
And Travis is right here being the cool one.
Glenn was one of Kemp's 5 children, and for her, he meant the world. She says they just want some answers.
I really want closure for my son. My son needs justice. You know, you took a father, you took a son, you took, you know, my baby boy.
My dad was the sweetest guy you would ever meet.
That's Mackenzie Beaupre, the daughter of Scott Gaynor.
My dad was just truly the sweetest person you could ever meet, and he would do anything for anyone. I mean, the only thing he really loved to do was ride that motorcycle. He loved football. He loved his family more than anything.
Scott Gaynor, a father, General Motors employee, and well-loved member of the Toledo community, was tragically killed last Thursday when he was involved in a motorcycle crash on Douglas Road, heading home from work. Toledo police say another driver failed to yield to Gaynor, causing the crash. However, that driver has not been charged.
Because it was just such a tragic accident. And so, you know, we are trying to just pick up the pieces of the pain that we're dealing with what happened to my dad.
We surprised my dad and my brother with tickets to the OSU and Michigan game.
It's moments like these that Mackenzie says she will cherish with their dad.
We are glad that we were able to get him to go to the Michigan game. We actually surprised him with tickets to go to that game last year.
Mackenzie says she's leaning on family to help her cope with this devastating loss that she will have to live with forever.
It is, and it's truly so hard, and it's not something we would ever expected. It has been really helpful having all of our family surrounded by us every single day. They have been with us and getting us through and just being there for each other.
Mackenzie says this is another example of a motorcycle crash that could have been prevented, and she hopes no other family has to experience this heart-wrenching pain.
I feel like it needs to be taken seriously. You need to look twice, look 3 times. It can truly save a life, and it could have saved my dad's.
Reporting in West Toledo, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
I mean, it's serious to me because I was humiliated at the time.
This is body cam footage from the Fremont Police Department. It shows Fremont police going into Darnell McLeod's restaurant.
Okay, let me call my girl. I gotta close my restaurant, bro.
About a week ago, Fremont police say they were looking for a person who had an outstanding warrant for drug trafficking. The problem is, the person they were allegedly looking for wasn't Darnell McLeod.
I mean, I was pleading my innocence from the beginning, all the way from the beginning, actually. So it was, and to be taken all the way down to the county jail for no reason, yeah, it was very humiliating.
Let me go, bro. Come grab my pocket.
One of Darnell's friends says what happened that day is just not right.
It's honestly bull what happened to him, and it should never happen. They should have went the right way, asked him his last name, asked for identification before they even took him to begin with.
WTO11 did go through the body cam video, and in those videos, at no point did the officers ask Darnell for his last name.
If they would have looked at, if he would have just walked in, took the time instead of just rushing, and did his job correctly, I think we would not been here right now.
McLeod says this experience was both shocking and disappointing, and he hopes this is a learning experience for those involved.
Organizations have reached out to me, but I'm just taking it slow. It was a bad situation. I just don't want it to happen to nobody else.
Well, Michael, we don't know exactly how these trees came down at this apartment building behind me, but I did talk to some residents who say they've been begging for these trees to be cut down for many months. Now, between 8 to 10 residents are looking for a home due to the damage.